has no boundaries. Everyone treasures their own cuisines, but for newcomers, food takes on other meanings. They diligently preserve their cuisine to give a taste of home to their new American home, instill the love of their home country to their children, and lastly, proudly represent their culture in our America the Beautiful. Spice and Recipe does all the above by introducing recipes from different countries enriched with human stories and comparison of tradition. Hi, I'm Mike DiGiacomo, a born and raised American and a food lover, and I invite you to join me as we discover the origins of flavor, the journey of spices, and the recipes of the world. Welcome to this episode of Spice and Recipe, the origins of flavor. Today, we're traveling to Syria to introduce a spice that is so original that to that country, that's what it's named for. I'm talking about Syrian spices, also known as Aleppo or Baharat spices. We're going to meet our guests, but first, let's tell you everything about spices that we are highlighting today. Syrian spices is a blend of all spice berries, black pepper, cinnamon, nutmeg, coriander, and cloves. As in any blend, the portions of the core spices can differ, but all spice contributes the most to the power of the blend. In some cases, ginger is added to the mix. That's 7 different spices that make up Baharat. The blend originated in Syria, specifically in Aleppo, a city located on the spice route or Silk Road between Asia and Europe, and known as the center of gastronomy of the Middle East. This is a blend that is used extensively in Syrian cuisine, especially meats. It's easy to create your own blend at home, adding spices or reducing portions to your taste. You can also buy it in the store. It'll cost between $1 to $5 per 1 ounce of Syrian spices. All right, a tasty blend that I can't wait to try in a recipe. Well, listen, we're making something with a very unique name, Ouzi. You do a quick Google search and you'll see that Ouzi, it comes in a number of different ones. So we have Syrian Ouzi, right? Of course, that's what we're making today. You have Jordanian Ouzi. You've got that. We also have Lebanese Ouzi. We have a lot of different types. Yeah. Welcome my guest, Rana Keilany. Good to see you, Rana.
Thank you. Good to see you too.
No, it's great to see you. We're going to make this stuff. I'm really excited about this because you have a lot of different spices. We're going to make a fantastic recipe. I'm excited to show you what the end product looks like. But Rana, would you tell me a little bit about yourself? You are from Syria. Your family's from Syria. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
My name is Rana, as you know, and I was born in Latakia, which is a small city next to the Mediterranean Sea, or actually on the Mediterranean Sea. And I was raised my early age in Paris for like 5-7 years there. And then we came back to Damascus because my dad was like a professor at the University of Damascus in art.
Okay.
So we only had it in Damascus.
Yeah.
So, and then in 1996, I came to the States.
Yeah, and listen, I mean, you came to the States with a great education. You're an architect by trade, right? Can you tell us how that, tell us about that process and your schooling?
I really liked art my whole life, you know. I told you my dad is an artist, so that makes me really has it in my gene probably. And architect is really an art, kind of art.
It is.
So that's why I studied and I enjoyed it. And I didn't work here in the States, but I enjoyed work like a couple of years in Damascus before I come here. And it's really nice and makes you feel like all the, you know, history and the buildings, especially in Damascus.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that because architecture is quite different from Syria, where you have buildings that are thousands of years old, right?
Yeah, it's actually probably the oldest city in the world, or second.
Sure, it's one of there's so much history over there, so the architecture is a little bit different than what you see here in the United States, particularly in the Midwest here, which you know only a couple hundred years old.
Yeah, you're right. It's I mean, the buildings are there. They're telling you history, actually. So I used to take a lot of pictures before. It's all built from big stones, white stones, and really nice. So much detail, so much.
It's so different, It's very intricate over there. Listen, I don't know much about architecture. I do know a little bit about food. That's why you're here today. You switched over in the United States. I mean, you're in the food industry now.
Yes, I do catering for small parties. And
Were you interested in cooking prior to coming to the United States? How did that transition evolve?
I loved cooking my whole life. I mean, especially my mom was a very good cook, so I learned a lot from her.
Yeah.
And so at the beginning, when my husband, he had a food store, like international food. So I worked with him a little bit. Then we closed the store, so I decided to go to the catering thing.
Yeah.
So I cook myself now.
Yeah, and do a very good job of it. Today we're making a great recipe. I don't know if you do this in your catering at all, but this is a great recipe.
Yeah.
You do, okay. Explain what we're making today.
We are making Ouzi. Usually Ouzi, you can see a lot of Ouzi name on all the you can say Middle Eastern city in different types or stuff. They usually have the rice, meat, nuts, and they put it in a certain way. Like sometimes they stuff it in the lamb, or they make the rice and peas and nuts and stuff, and they put the lamb meat on top of it, or
right
beef.
On the bed, on the bed.
Depends, yeah.
Can we get to some of the specific spices and seasonings that we're going to be using today for this Ouzi? And if you don't know out there, Ouzi, it's spelled O-U-Z-E-E, I believe. O-U-Z-E-E. So,
that's
but it's
spelling problem.
Yeah, but it's pronounced Ouzi. Let's get to some of these recipes. So you start with the rice over here.
Yeah, I already made my rice because it takes about 20 minutes or 25 minutes to be done. I just put some ghee.
Yeah, we'll get over
ghee,
this.
Which is purified butter.
The butter, purified butter.
Yeah. So and with the spices, if you want to give it some more flavor, can use chicken broth to cook the rice.
The broth, yeah.
Yeah. So just regular cooking, like it's basmati rice here. And I use some of the spices, a little bit, not so much now, because I'm going to use it in the meat.
Okay.
And I like to use it at the end fresh, when I wrap the Ouzi, which is like a small dome.
Yeah, and we'll show you that. It's really cool. I mean, it's fantastic.
So, yeah, when we before I make the Ouzi itself, I use a little bit fresh. So I give it like good taste, because it tastes good like if it's fresh.
And that's the key to any ingredient, isn't it? Really, when you're cooking, you got to have fresh ingredients, whether it's fresh meat or fresh herbs. I mean, that's the key to any recipe.
Yeah. So to make it easier, I made the rice. Now we can start, if you want, with the
let's start.
Meat.
Let's dive into this. Okay, this is just ground beef that we're looking at right here. And of course you have the peas over here, and then the other meat dish.
I did the meat already, because it takes also time to grab.
So you've browned it here for us.
Yeah, and I put onion, everything.
Okay, so to get it started, do you want to start with the brown stuff, or do you want to start with this?
I'll just start with the.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, we can
There you
start.
go. We'll start that. And have we fired this thing up yet?
Yes.
Let me fire up our makeshift stove. Doesn't take too long to get going. I think we're going right
Should
there.
be a little bit hot.
Yes, it's going. So you start with browning, right? Do you just put the ground beef in there, or do you use some oil too?
No, just ground beef.
Just put it in there. Okay.
Just brown it.
Okay.
And then we add the onion,
Okay.
salt, pepper, and a little bit of our spices also.
Yeah.
So I use it in all the times, with the rice, with the beef, and everything.
Yeah. And while we wait for that to heat up a little bit before you throw it in there, the nuts. Can you talk about how you prepared these? Did you do this, or did you buy them?
No, I make it. It's only like you get raw nuts. Like I have different kind. Like there's pine nuts.
Pine nuts.
Walnut. No, I don't put walnuts in this. Pistachio. Wherever you want, almonds and any.
Like they're fried. They're
it's
fried, right?
Yeah, it's fried. You heat.
Do you throw them in a frying pan? You don't bake them. You throw them in a frying pan.
No, you just put some oil.
Okay.
And fry them. It doesn't take so long. Just a couple, 3 minutes probably.
Yeah.
They get really, really nice.
It adds a great texture to them. Yeah. And they glisten. They shine, right? They
Yeah,
light
they
up the
shine.
room. Okay, let's throw that meat in there and we'll start cooking the meat.
It's
Is that
hot
good
now.
enough?
So we're gonna start. We put our meat in here. This is half a pound. In my recipe I put a pound. This is.
We're making a simplified version just because the limitations of the TV.
Just browning this.
How different is this recipe from?
Leave it a little bit for to the bottom get brown.
Yeah, for sure. How different is this recipe from the traditional way of making it in Syria?
The difference is we stuff it in phyllo dough, which is the same dough actually we use in a baklava. I know it's very familiar.
Do we have that? Can you show us what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, explain what this is. And listen.
I covered it because it needs to be fresh.
I've learned this lesson, yeah. You don't want to take this out too early because it does dry up very quickly.
Very quickly,
Like it'll dry up within minutes.
Yeah, so this is it. Yeah.
Okay.
No.
And so
See, I wrapped it
you buy
very
this.
well.
You buy
yeah,
this,
you
right?
buy it, of course. You can make it, but save some time.
Yeah, you can
Why
see
not?
it's very
Very
thin,
thin
very,
dough.
very thin. And it's soft and there is some moisture into it, but if you leave that exposed for very long, that's why we'll
It'll
cover
dry
it up.
right
It'll
away.
dry right up.
Even when I'm working with the Ouzi myself usually,
Yeah.
I always cover it with a dam water here. Pour
So,
it on top.
so you keep the other pieces
Yeah.
covered even while you take a piece off
yeah,
and
I
make
take
it.
a piece and cover it again.
Right.
Otherwise, it will dry and crack. It doesn't.
Yeah.
You can't work with it.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
And what other meats do you use besides ground beef in there? You said
you
pork,
can use lamb.
lamb.
Actually, originally they used to use like stew, lamb stew.
Yeah.
But this is easier.
It is. I mean,
This
any
is
good
our
American,
generation.
any good American knows how to brown some beef, right?
Yep. And now we're gonna add the onion. This is half an onion.
Yeah.
Like we said, everything is half of the.
Yeah. And so far, this is a standard dish that you'll see in America right now. Just
Yep.
browning some hamburger with some onion.
Yeah. Let's take a little bit of time. And then we add, of course, the salt. I have here half a teaspoon. Black pepper. Use a lot. I like black pepper.
Yeah.
I use a lot. Now I'm gonna use some of it here. Just a little bit now, and then I'm gonna use more with
Can you explain what that
mix.
is?
This is the Syrian
The
spices.
Syrian spices.
Yeah,
And
this is-
in that specific combo, do you know
Yeah.
exactly?
They
or
make
did
it
you buy
specific.
it?
I buy
You bought
it.
that. Okay.
I buy it ready. Save
Yeah.
time.
Right. But this is the key
So,
ingredient that we're
yeah.
talking about today. This is the Syrian spices.
how they make it with a certain weight. They
Yeah.
weigh everything. So it smells good.
It does smell good.
Smells good.
And
And it adds a lot of flavor to any dish we use. You know, I mean, I use it a lot. Even if you fry egg. It's
Oh, really?
good.
Good
Yeah.
fry? It's
really
not
good.
real powerful, though. It's not real powerful.
It's not spicy.
No, it's not spicy at all.
But it has a good taste.
Yeah.
If you try it.
While you're cooking that down a little bit, can I
this
talk to you a little bit
Okay.
about where you're from? And Syria's had some problems over the last number of years.
Yeah.
Do you get back very often? Do you have family over there?
I used to. I came here, like I told you, 1997. So I used to go every year.
Yeah.
I mean, it's wonderful there. I used to have a lot of families and very nice restaurants.
Yeah.
You go there,
Yeah.
a lot of nice restaurants. So, but this, since 2011, when all this happened,
Yeah.
I didn't go there.
I know. You haven't
So-
been back since, right?
No,
Yeah.
it's not a good idea.
I know, and it's emotional for you too,
Yeah,
because it's your
yeah.
home, you know?
I don't see my brothers. My dad is here with me. He comes like most of the time. He's living with me, but
Yeah.
I don't see my brothers. It's really
Yeah,
sad.
it is difficult. You
Yeah.
do have like you said, your dad's here. Your dad is in studio as well. He's watching you cook this
He's
morning.
watching.
It's good to have him in
Yeah.
here. What is your family saying about what the conditions are like over in Syria
No,
right now?
it's okay. There's no war anymore.
Right.
But everything is like very expensive. The situation is not comfortable. Everyone is not living like nice life over there.
Yeah.
It's not very nice.
Yeah, is it safe to travel or
It's safer now, yeah, of
Yeah.
course. But it's still, you don't want to risk
still have
it.
to be careful? Yeah, yeah,
You don't want to risk it. So hopefully things will be done soon,
yeah,
and we can go visit.
yeah. That's a
Yeah.
great part of the world.
Yeah, it's really nice. Very rich in so many stories. A lot of stuff. We have so many like mosques and churches. So much art in it.
Yeah.
So much details. It's very, very nice.
Yeah. And it's
So this is done. Should we take it out?
okay.
Right.
Yep, we're good to go. Okay, so you're gonna take that ground beef with onion and some of the spices and the salt and pepper.
I'll use this.
The Syrian spices.
Oh, I think this is. Can add it
It does
here.
smell good with the Syrian spices in there.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
Syria, do you cook with garlic very much?
Oh, a lot. We
You
use
do
a lot
cook
of
with garlic.
garlic. You know, on the Mediterranean Sea.
Sure, yeah,
Everyone
so-
uses garlic.
Yeah,
Olive oil, onion,
Right.
all these stuff.
Yeah.
Very good stuff.
typical Mediterranean
Yeah,
style.
typical.
Okay,
So now we're gonna add the rice to it.
and you blend that in, right?
We add the peas.
Do you
I will keep
do you
some.
cook with the family?
Yeah, we do.
You do cook with the
My
family?
kids
do you
like
make
to cook.
Do you make this with the family?
Of course, they like it.
Well, I can imagine because once you guys see the finished product out there, you're gonna see why it's so delicious.
Some people just layer all the stuff, but I like to mix some and layer
Yeah.
other. So this is, you know, the final look. And I add a little bit of the
You add
spices.
more
Just a
afterward.
little bit, yeah.
Right.
Just we add, oh, I put so much.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
What's the Syrian community like here in the Midwest and specifically in Omaha?
We have a, you know, okay community.
Yeah.
It's not so big.
It's not real big though, right?
It's not real big,
But I
yeah.
mean, of course, since 2011, with the problem, there people have immigrated
so
from
much,
Syria.
yeah.
A few more, right?
Now we have like more, like you said, so many people came after the war.
Yeah.
But still, like Omaha doesn't take a lot of, you know, refugees. I think
Yeah.
they are. You can see them everywhere.
Yeah.
Other states, a lot of people.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Should we make this?
Yeah.
Should we get
of
to
course.
the?
Let's start.
What do you do with the butter? The purified.
So now we're gonna brush the tray first, and then we brush also the Ouzi itself.
Okay.
So
I've
now,
got a tray.
well, let's start. You're gonna have your
This.
bowl. Okay, I'll have
Yes.
mine.
I got my bowl right here. And this is where this is where all the magic happens.
Yep.
Right here. This is where the magic, it all comes together. And the recipe really begins to take shape right here. Okay. How do you
So
want to do it?
I'll give you your.
And where do we find this at?
Actually, you can find it anywhere.
Great.
Even
I can go to any grocery
Walmart,
store?
Any grocery
Okay,
store.
great.
It's phyllo dough, you know.
Phyllo dough.
It's very familiar here, probably, because I think everyone likes baklava here.
Yeah, for sure. Fantastic. Because it's the same thing that's made with baklava.
Yeah, same
Okay.
same dough. So
Okay.
you put the first one like this.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see me.
Okay, got it. We got to move fast on this though, right?
Yep. We
cover
don't
this
want it
up?
to dry. Yeah, you can take
Because
your.
we want to make more. We got a big crew here in the studio that will want to eat these
You
things.
can have another one.
Okay, I'll take two.
If you put it in your bowl, start.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
Just put the first like this.
Oh, that's right, my
and
bowl.
then the cross.
Okay, so here we go. See, if you take this, take the phyllo dough, and just a small bowl.
Yep.
Okay, put it in like this.
Try to gently.
I know. I
just
see.
press it.
I'm ripping it.
Just like,
you got to be gentle because it does
just
rip.
yeah, it rips very, very, very.
Okay, I
easily.
got it.
Just put like
Okay,
this.
put it in. One this way and one this
The
way.
cross, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take the other one, put the other one across. Got it?
Very much.
I mastered it.
We got it.
Okay, got it. How's
So
that
now
look?
you put some nuts. You could mix also the nuts with everything, but
In the
I
meat
like
mixture?
to layer it like when you cut.
Sure, makes sense.
Looks better.
It does. It does look nice.
Does, yeah, I had a. Oh, here. So we can.
I've
use
got another
this
spoon
one.
too.
You have a clean one.
Yeah.
That's better. So we put some. I'll put for my
Yeah.
for my Ouzi, and you put for yours.
Okay.
Just a little bit here. Try to get
Okay.
any, one piece from at least
Yep.
from each kind. I put
Each.
some peas also.
Okay.
If you want to put some.
Yes. I'll put some peas in there.
If you like, you can put also some of the meat. So when you cut through it, it looks beautiful.
I see. So it's layered inside
Yeah,
there. Yeah,
it's beautiful.
for sure.
And now we put this, our mix
And then our mix. Okay.
inside. Press a little bit,
How full do I want to? Okay, I see how you're doing it.
just to the top.
Yep, right to the top.
Mm-hmm.
A little more.
You just press a little bit like this,
Yep. Compact it down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now we've got that.
and then we start. Like you take a side
Okay.
and go around,
Okay. One side, then the next side.
and then go all around. Just try not to. Now, I forgot. I should brush the butter before, the ghee.
Yeah. The
Here.
So you put the ghee. You brush the ghee on the pan.
On the pan, also on the Ouzi itself.
Okay. We'll do it over the top too.
Okay. Now,
Okay.
try. This is a magic.
This is it, right?
Take it.
It's where the
like
rubber
this.
meets the road. Okay.
Try to,
Okay.
and we put it here.
Right on top.
Yep.
Just like that.
Just like that. And now also.
Perfect. And then when you brush.
Yeah, brush with the.
Brush more
ghee,
over the top
more.
with the ghee.
Yeah, and we'll put it in 450, 450, 425,
Okay.
450
Yep.
oven, preheated, of course.
And then well, we'll talk about this after we pull it out, how we serve it.
So I put good amount.
Yeah, more the
we
better,
want
I say.
this to be crispy. And
Yeah, and
so if
the
you
ghee
want to,
helps crisp it up.
Yeah. So it kind of fry it a little bit.
Okay.
So this is it.
Okay, so then we're going to take this, we're going to pop this in the oven. And what do we pop it on? What temperature?
It should be preheated 450 degrees.
450.
Yeah.
And then you bake
Takes
it for.
about 15, 20 minutes.
And then.
Until you see like the top like this.
Voila! This is how it comes out of the oven, just like that. And then how do you present it?
You present it with if you want salad, sometimes people eat yogurt next to it, or
Yeah.
tzatziki sauce. That's the
Absolutely.
yogurt.
And this is a yogurt, right?
This is just yogurt.
I love the tzatziki sauce. So that's
I like
fantastic
it.
stuff.
So you use it's only yogurt, cucumber.
Do you eat it with a fork, or could I just pick it up and eat it? How do
You
you
can
norm-
pick it up and eat it.
Well, how do you normally do it?
Usually, most people just pick it up and eat it.
Okay, I just want to make sure I
Easier.
wasn't being a
Yeah, that's easier.
cannibal here.
And then hopefully you like it.
Mm.
So
Fantastic.
I'll show you how, if we cut through here, if we cut through this one. See how
I love
crunchy it is.
I love it. Yeah, I love the crunch.
See,
And you cut that bottom.
yeah.
You can see the different
See
layers.
all the layers, makes it prettier.
Yeah, you can see the layers in there. It looks really good. Also, I'm not sure. I think you made this,
Yep, I made
right?
it. Yeah.
Baklava, which is a
Same dough.
Middle Eastern staple. Use the same filo dough to make this. What's the secret behind a good baklava?
You have to use a lot of ghee.
A lot of what? A lot of ghee?
Yeah, and you can use, depends, you can use walnuts, pistachio is good for it. With it, I mean everything, any kind of nuts you can use. But you have to use ghee. It's kind of,
That is fantastic.
you have to forget about calories now.
Yeah. Well, the cool thing about baklava is depending on the region that you come, there's different styles of baklava.
Yeah, of course.
So-
Even in Syria, same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Ron, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. Just want people out there to know that if you want to watch these clips, you can go on our social media channels, our YouTube channels as well. And a big thanks to the Syrian community here in Omaha, because the American Muslim Institute is a big supporter of the show and helps us with guests. And it's great to have you here, of
I
course.
would have to be with you guys. It was my pleasure.
We always love it. Well, thank you, Rana. And again,
Thank you.
special thanks to the American Muslim Institute of Omaha. And if you'd like to get a copy of this recipe, you can just go to our website, newamericansmedia.com. That's the website you go to. We've got a lot of other good stuff up there as well, so check all that stuff out. Ron, thanks for having us come on.
Thank
We
you so
appreciate
much.
it. And everyone, thanks for watching. Go out there and make it a great day, OMA and the USA. Hello, I'm Mike DiGiacomo, host of Spice and Recipe, The Origins of Flavor. If you love spices, then this is your channel. Subscribe here to learn all about the flavors of food and life as we travel around the world. We'll see you soon.